Hello and welcome to episode 91 of Movies and Us. I am Marcus.
And I'm TJ.
And this is the review show that reviews genre movies from beginning sometimes. And today we're reviewing the 2013 release of The Wolverine.
We sure are.
This movie has a runtime of 126 minutes. That's 2 hours and 16 minutes? 18 minutes, give or take?
No, an hour 20 is 2 hours and 2 minutes, isn't it? 60 and 60 is 120. 2 hours and 2.
Yeah, because 126 minutes, 2 hours and 6 minutes.
Or 2 hours and 6 minutes, yeah.
I said 16. Okay, yeah. Well, because I was looking at the...
Yeah, I was confused there. I was like, wait, it's just 2 hours and 6 minutes.
Well, I guess it's not counting credits then, because I'm looking at the movie right now and it has a runtime of 2:18 counting credits. So yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Well, there was a longer version of it. Did you watch the extended version or something?
Oh my god, I hope not.
You might have.
Maybe I did, because there's like a lot of nothing in this movie. When I was watching it.
Was there a lot of blood in yours?
There was blood, but not like.
Was there more bloody? Was there bloody and stuff? Because the version I watched, there was no blood, but they did like a version of the movie that was bloodier and like more mature.
Oh, cool. Maybe that's why I like this one a lot. It was definitely felt bloated, but there was more gore. But it wasn't like, oh my god, the guy's head got cut off and his blood. It wasn't like that, but there was blood in it, I guess.
Yeah, like so. I mean, there was a more darker version of it that was a little longer, so maybe that's what you watched.
Maybe. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. This movie is directed by James Mangold.
That's not a real name.
I said when I first saw it too. Like I was practicing it earlier. Like Mangold can't be real. The screenplay by Mark Baumbach and Scott Frank. Produced. We do produced, right?
Yeah.
Okay, produced by Lauren Schuler Donner. Is she part of the Donner family of the Superman movies? She owned the Donner's company with her late husband, director Richard Donner. That's pretty cool.
There you go.
Yeah, it's all connected. Hutch Parker, that's a name. Starring Hugh Jackman, Hiroyuki Sanada, Teo Okamoto, Rila Fukushima, Famke Janssen, Will Young Lee. Other names, right?
Wow. Of course you bow out with the really hard one.
Oh, I haven't seen. I got this. No, you got that. That's all you. Well, that's a name.
Svetlana Kochenkov.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Kochenkov. Yeah. And then who?
It's you and not me.
Haruhiko?
Yeah.
Yamanouchi. Ken Yamamura? Brian T. Lynn Collins was only an archive audio voice apparently in it. I don't know where that was though. I didn't see it. Apparently Lynn Collins was an X-Men Origins Wolverine, so I'm not sure, honestly.
Maybe his wife?
And it was maybe because it says only archive audio of her from that movie was used. Kayla Silverfox, and then Patrick Stewart and Eric Leshner, yes.
Ian McKellen.
And Ian McKellen.
Yeah. How you forget about Ian McKellen, man?
Because I said Eric Leshner, and that's freaking Magneto's name, and I confused it with Ian McKellen. Yeah, so that's what I meant.
Going back to these Asian, Japanese, Island Pacific names, whatever the correct terminology is, their names aren't honestly that hard when you like really kind of break it down. It's just us trying to pronounce them for our American minds and tongues. Get in our way.
I always have trouble with foreign names.
So do I, obviously.
Like complete and utter like failure of it. If I'm not particularly into something that has a foreign name in it, I will never remember that name.
That's fair. Like. No, this Russian lady, I could not say that name.
Yeah,
I couldn't say that in my life. No. But like you said, Haruhiko. I can't. It's easy to breaking that word down. That name, breaking that name down is easy. We could
honestly. The only reason why I can even get some of these Japanese names is because I watch a lot of anime,
and there are a lot of like,
and I hear a lot of Japanese names. So, like, Haruhiko is a very common one in, like, anime and stuff like that. But some of them are just like, whoo, no wonder why they don't use that one. And
I see, like, the character names, though, like Mariko, Yukio.
But, it's even confuser, though.
Shinjin, yeah.
Like, something of, say, Haruhiko Yamanouchi is a Japanese actress, obviously, right?
Yeah, but that's a man.
Huh?
He played the father.
I'm sorry? Oh. Oh, that's the father. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Actor. He's a Japanese actor. But, like, in Japan, it would be Yamanouchi Hirohiko.
Which seems easier.
Because they do last names first.
Yes.
So, like, and it's weird. If you ever play like, or watch a movie that's in Japanese and just translate it, they'll say the name first, but in English it'll be translated the opposite.
Yeah.
So it's very confusing as a stupid Westerner.
Now, I wonder why, like, I get why.
Oh, I know why they do it that way.
Why they do the work. I wonder why they come over here. Like, not, Jesus, I'm not even mean saying it like that. I wonder why they do last name first name last. Mm-hmm. I wonder why they switch it up when they say stuff over here that like, oh, my name is Marcus Blank. I don't go over there and be like, oh, my name is Blank Marcus. So like, why do they do it for us? Is this not courtesy? Is it because? I don't. Maybe they do it just for Americans? They do it all over the world.
Like, I'm assuming Ken Yamamura is probably more of a Japanese American than an actual Japanese citizen.
Probably, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, if you're born in America, you're going to use the American standards.
No, because his full name is Hanosuke.
Well, I'm sure.
Yeah,
but like, I'm assuming the people over here, like, it's hard. I'm trying to think of a Japanese guy. What is the I'm thinking of video games because they bring their Japanese guys over, like the producers and stuff, to present games and stuff over time. I'm trying to remember how they. Hold on, let me just look up who created a game real quick. I'm just looking up. I'm trying to get his exact name. Metal Gear Solid creator. Because he's like a real, he's the Hideo Kojima. So like when they bring him over, everyone refers to him mostly as Kojima, and his name's Hideo. They don't usually say Hideo, which is his first name.
Okay.
So like when you think of Metal Gear Solid, you think of Kojima. You don't think of Hideo. And it's so.
Well, I guess is that because he's a big name, I guess.
Well, no, like I said, I don't think Japanese come over and use their first names first. I think if they're born here and they're raised here and they're American citizens, they do. Like if they're from Japan, they definitely use their last names first because their first names are only reserved for those who are closest to them. Everything else is, you use their last name and then you only use and then. It depending on how close you are with a person, it's like you add prefixes like Chan and stuff like that to the ends of the last name and stuff like that, and then only when you're super close with someone do you use their first name.
That would make sense. Again, I'm just putting my assumptions off of what I've seen on like movie titles and like throwing credits to things, but I don't know in Japanese, so that makes sense, I guess.
Well, in credits, it would be different because the credits are translated.
Yeah.
And when Japanese names are translated into English, it's reversed.
But why?
Because that's just how it is in this culture. We always say the first name first because we view our first names. We don't take our names as seriously as the Japanese.
I know, but I just think like if the Japanese person does last name first name first, or you know what I mean. I think we should definitely put it in the title and the.
But here's the thing though, written down, that's how the name is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. His name is. Hideo Kojima, and you would written out, you would put that there on written out wise. You would write it out Hideo Kojima because that's his name. But when you're using it in reference and addressing them, that's when the honor part comes in.
Oh, okay, I can buy that.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense.
For my very little of Japanese culture from watching anime.
Well, I'm gonna take your white man.
Knowledge
on this and taking this to hold to high standards.
My white man knowledge watching anime, explaining it to a black man who is. So
it's the American dream right there. So, anyways, this movie that was the cast, I guess. Yeah, this movie. Are we in budget already? Is that really what we're doing next?
I mean, I can give you a universe number if you want.
Oh, I guess there's a universe number for this one. Yeah. What is it, TJ?
10,005.
10,005. So I guess that's the whole X-Men universe, or is this its own? Okay.
So now you can go into the budget if you want.
I guess I will. The budget, so with 10,005 universe number, the movie budget had a budget of, I'm just going to say budget. The budget for this movie was $100 million to $132 million, give or take the numbers you will look at. It grossed a total of $414.8 million, which is good for this movie franchise, but it's not great.
I got $120 million for the budget.
Okay.
So just to throw it out there.
That's fine. But yeah, $414 million.
I mean, it quadrupled its budget or tripled its budget. So,
but like,
no, I guess it would be quadrupled. It'd be quadrupled.
It's no Frozen of that year. I'll tell you that. Remember, Frozen made $1.28 billion.
Yeah, we covered that last week. But this is this was number 10, right? No, it's the other one that's number 10.
Something else is number 10. Yeah, this is number 15.
That's not bad to consider, no.
Yeah, so let's do 20 to 15 because I don't want to do 10. So number 20 was The Great Gatsby.
Remake?
I mean, the other movies of it. So yeah, I guess it's a remake. Yeah, it started with Leonardo DiCaprio and Tobey Maguire.
So it's okay. So it's not like a re-release or something like that.
No. That movie made $353 million, and on top of that, number 19 was.
I don't think I've ever. I don't know what that story is. I own the book. I don't think I ever read it.
It's a story. It's a story.
And I know this. I know that it's been made into a movie about 13,000 times.
Yeah,
so.
And the movie, it's a story. Like, it's a guy who got to the top, and people don't know how he got to the top because it's mysterious to them, and it's a movie.
Oh, it wasn't that wasn't the one I was thinking of either.
Oh, what do you think of?
There was one with a prison escape. Kill a Mockingbird, maybe?
Yeah.
I think
Killing Mockingbird, Boo Radley, is on trial. Is on trial? That's the black one with the white lawyer, Atticus Finch.
Huh. I don't know. I got them. All those classic movies I have confused in my head.
Is Boo Radley? Oh, are you thinking? Shit. Oh, I know. Is it the one, Mice and Men?
Maybe it's of Mice and Men. It could be of Mice and Men.
Maybe it's the one you're thinking of.
Maybe.
I'm going to keep this in because I sound smart in it, but I've not read any of these books. I've not read any of these goddamn books.
You know what's funny?
I'm going to cut that part out. Yeah?
I read a lot of books. I haven't read any of those books, but they're on my bookshelf.
Which is like, why haven't you read any American quote unquote classic? Like, have you read the Tom Sawyer, I guess, and shit like that?
Huckleberry Finn? No, I haven't. I haven't read Huckleberry Finn.
Wow, so is that not your like cup of tea genre of like books?
I guess not. Like
weird.
Classical wise, I've read Shakespeare.
Of course.
I've read Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's Sherlock Holmes stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What else do I have over there? My bookshelf.
Edgar Allan Poe? Any of his poems or short stories?
I mean, I've obviously read some of those poems that were from being in school and stuff because they're like required. But I'm not really big into poetry.
You haven't really read any Americana stuff?
No, I don't think I've read a lot of Americana. I really focused on British literature. Or modern American stuff. I've read a lot of modern American stuff. I just don't find. I just never got around to it. Like every once in a while, I think, hey, yeah, maybe I'll go check that out, and then I'll pick up a book of it and never open it. Like recently, I stopped reading it a while ago, but the most recent thing I was reading was James Bond.
Yeah,
the James Bond stuff, and I stopped reading that. But that's British too. So
is that more like thought provoking to you? You think, or just more entertaining? I don't.
Well, no. Well, actually, James Bond, I guess. Yeah, it would be British. It has to be British.
Yeah, because the guy was the creator. Green last name, some word name.
Yeah, I forget what his name is off the top of my head. But yeah, I don't know why I didn't. Like, what's the other one that I keep wanting to get into, but I just never get around to reading anything? I always forget his name too.
H.P.
Not Poe. The other one.
H.P.
Lovecraft.
You never read any of his stuff?
No.
He's American. No, he's not. Is he American?
He's got to be American.
Because I know he's super racist.
Yeah, he's got to be American.
Problematic. I mean, we're not the only racists out there, but we are.
Yeah, no, we're the best at it.
Yeah, we perfected it. Damn it. Anyway. Why am I saying this? I'm black. Why am I saying this? But I think he's American. Huh, yeah, I'm weird. You don't like American authors, huh?
Well, that's not true because I love Stephen King. I read almost all of his books.
Well, there you go. That's kind of like modern Americana stuff.
That's modern American stuff, but I haven't read classic American stuff.
Weird. Do you like American history?
I mean,
because it could be like that, I guess, right? You don't care for that kind of.
I know American history.
But like, so.
you know what it is? I think I'm drawn more to European and the Gothic nature of it stuff. I think I'm drawn more to that because I was really into myths, like Greek myths and like just myths in general. And what's American myth? It's Jesus Christ. It's like
that's not.
there's no gods or monsters or things to get really into in the myths here. So
Wow, that's just boring shit, isn't it?
yeah, and so like, and then you also have to take into consideration we've only been around since 1776, so there's not a long history to really get involved in. It's like, oh look, a bunch of wars, a bunch of infighting, a bunch of atrocities, and it's like
wars, infighting, and atrocities. The story of America's history. I like that.
So I don't know. It's just I just never really. It just never struck me to do it. I don't know. I guess I find European culture more interesting.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Makes sense. Everything you said. So okay, how do we get there? Oh, yeah, 20 box office. Okay. Yeah. So that's Great Gatsby.
Not to say that The Great Gatsby, The Kill a Mockingbird, and Of Mice and Men are written by American authors. I have no idea. We're just assuming at this point.
Yeah. Shit. Well, at least the Killing Mockingbird's got to be American author, right? Probably not.
I don't know.
It could be. They could be not.
Like I read I read Charles Dickens stuff, but that's British too.
Yeah, they could be immigrants. Shit.
So,
but they're American classics, I guess. That's what I'm saying. American.
I'm 100% sure that Edgar Allan Poe and H.P. Lovecraft were American. Actually, just Lovecraft. I'm not actually sure about Poe now that I think about it.
Poe he died in Baltimore, right? Baltimore over. Like,
that doesn't mean he wasn't British.
I thought Lovecraft was British. Okay, I'm gonna cut all this out because now we sound dumb. I'm gonna cut this part out. So, anyways, Great Gatsby, number 20 with $353 million. And number 19, The Hangover Part 3 made $362.
How do we go from talking about literature to The Hangover Part 3?
Because apparently that's and that did better than Great Gatsby too. That's saying something. What a dumb movie that was. Yeah. Well, look at number 18. It's G.I. Joe Retaliation. That's the sequel. I didn't
see a single Hangover movie. I haven't seen a single G.I. Joe movie.
You're not missing out on any of those. That made $375 million. Number 17.
That's not true.
Well,
I guess I did see the first Hangover movie.
Oh, really? The one? Really?
I think I've seen the first Hangover movie.
That came out 2008-ish, so it probably makes sense. Did you really?
I think I might have. I don't know.
It's a good movie, but I'm surprised you've seen that because that does not.
Yeah, I actually think I might have seen that one. I don't know what the circumstances were behind me seeing that one. It was probably because I was probably stuck somewhere and had nothing better to do.
Well, Mike Tyson punches the guy in the face. You've seen that and all that kind of stuff.
The Hangover is the one where they get hangover in Vegas and I don't remember the night before, right? Yeah, I think I've seen the first one. Or I've seen enough pieces of it to think I've seen the whole.
That makes more sense.
It's probably what it was.
It's something you would not sit. Well, you probably would like it. It's not a terrible movie. But wow. At number 17 is The Wolf of Wall Street. I mean, $392 million.
I heard about that movie a lot and never saw it.
It's Leonardo DiCaprio, directed by Martin Scorsese. It's fairly popular. I have not seen it yet, but it's really good. At number 16, your favorite, my favorite, Pacific Rim. Made $411 million. Like I said, at 15, The Wolverine made $414.
I was going to save everybody a review here for Pacific Rim. It's a 3.
You haven't even seen it, so you can't even judge it. I'll give that a 4.
Wow, and you love that movie.
Because I know it has its faults. It gets almost too long and too stupid sometimes. That's the box office. We'll do the other movie 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from now.
Well, it's not the box office. What's number 15?
I told you.
No.
The first one. What we're doing today. The Wolverine.
The Wolverine. Yeah, you didn't say it.
I did. You were too focused.
Did you? I missed it. Yeah.
I mean, $414 million.
Okay. Yay.
Yeah. Is there behind the scenes things you want to talk about? Because I skimmed it. Nothing caught my eye that I cared about.
I mean, there was a bunch of stuff about, different actors and stuff, like normal stuff.
Yeah, the usual.
Nothing. The only really interesting thing about this movie is that it takes place after X-Men Last Stand.
Which I found that fascinating.
Because this is after First Class.
Is it after or before?
It's after First Class. Like, the movie happened.
Oh, release, yes.
Yes. So, it's like, that series should be debunked by now, right? You would think.
Well, I guess First Class is a prequel.
True, but they have a new cast and characters and stuff. But
there's still Eric and Charles, I guess.
Yeah, but I thought they were done with that cast. And then,
so did I. Yeah, I thought they were.
So I guess they made this movie, and then they decided they're doing the next X-Men movie.
Yeah. I mean, that's the timeline shit that's notoriously bad for the X-Men universe. I guess that's why they kind of did the Days of Future Past to like tie it all in and try to fix it.
Yeah. They did a good job with that one.
They did. They did a good job with this, actually, surprimingly. For it being a sequel to a bad movie. Or a
sequel to a bad series, honestly.
Well, the first one I remember. I don't remember. Now I'm just thinking like nostalgia-wise.
No, like Origins of Wolverine was bad.
Oh, you said a Wolverine series, yeah.
Well, no, and the X-Men themselves, though, we ended on a bad note with Last Stand.
Yeah.
So, considering that was a die-in series in and of itself,
Which this led to, I guess, Wolverine was after this, of the Logan stuff, right?
Leads to Logan. Yeah.
So it gains momentum, weirdly. It starts off bad, and slowly gets better.
With the movie?
The series. The Wolverine series.
Okay. Yeah, it does, actually. This is like the middle one.
Yeah, which is very weird.
And finish off really strong.
Yeah, but that's very weird for a series. It's usually the other way around. Huh. So, yeah. Anything you want to talk about before we get to this review?
I got a few trailers.
Oh, okay. I watched this on Disney+. Actually, I watched it on the website, but this is available on Disney+.
I have the DVD, so...
Okay, so what trailers did TJ get?
Well, I got a trailer for this newfangled invention called Blu-rays.
What's a Blu-rays?
I don't know. Something blue.
Sounds like a fad. Whatever. Next will be Green Ray and Red Ray. Where's it gonna end? Sorry. That's a dumb thing I just said.
I got a trailer for the first season of Vikings.
Okay.
Like, my family's kind of obsessed with that show. I've never actually seen it, but they tell me it's great.
I hear it's good, but I've never seen it.
It just looks like Game of Thrones and Viking times to me. So.
That, yeah. Exactly.
Oh, I never got around to it. I got a trailer for Homeland Season 2.
Okay.
I've never seen Homeland either.
Same.
I don't even know what it's about, to be honest with you. So.
I think that's I know it's government. I don't know if it's like alternative reality and like Nazis took over America. I don't know if it's that one or if it's like a spy thriller in our government kind of thing. It's something in that sense.
The trailer made it seem like it was more of a spy thriller.
I think it's that one. Okay, it's that one.
But I don't know. I've never I barely know the name.
Yeah, I think it's like a husband and wife spy team. Never saw it, but I just know what I'm guessing from the trailers I've seen.
I also got a trailer for American Horror Story Asylum, which I think I saw.
There's like 20 of those seasons.
Yeah, I know, and they don't label the seasons properly.
Yeah, they all have their own different subgenres.
Yeah. I seen quite a bit of them. They're pretty good.
My thing is like the same thing on that why I never started the Doctor Who thing. I want to watch them all, but like I gotta start from the beginning. I know they're all different. Like I'm not doing that.
I tried the Doctor Who thing. I got through the first Doctor, William Hartnell, but then when I got to the second Doctor, a lot of the episodes were missing.
Yeah.
Like they're lost to time.
Exactly. So
then I got only so far into the second Doctor, I was like, okay, I'm done.
Yep, exactly. So, but it does seem like a fun thing to do. It's like I'll probably never be a Whovian fan. So that's what their fans called, Whovians.
I don't know.
Maybe they made that up. I'll never be a Doctor Who fan like that though. But it seems like something would be fun.
I don't know. All I know is that the early Doctor Who episodes are only a half hour long,
which is great.
So they're easy watches. So anyway, time to move on here, as I still got a few trailers left.
Keep going.
I got a trailer for Paranoia movie. Looked interesting.
I think I've heard of it.
Percy Jackson in the Sea of Thieves. Sea of Monsters. Not Thieves. Sea of Monsters. I got a trailer for Jumper. The movie Jumper. Now in 3D for some reason. Never heard of it, so...
Jumper? It's a solid action flick. It's not good, but it's nothing revolutionary.
And then I got a trailer for The Secret Life of Walter
Mitty.
Yes, starring Ben Stiller.
Yeah, it's a movie.
It looked interesting, actually, but I got nothing from it, so, from the trailer.
Okay, anything else?
No, that was it.
Let's get to the review, because I think we're kind of past the point of rambling.
I don't think we're ever past the point of rambling.
No. I think it should be a quick review, because not much happens in this movie, in my opinion.
No, not really.
It's a lot of just like character development, but not going depth about.
This movie is actually pretty good.
It's solid. It's a solid film. It's better than I remembered.
It's just, it falls apart in the last act for me. So.
Yep. Because it becomes a typical, that.
Yeah. It's just, like, the first 2/3 of this movie is pretty engaging.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty solid. Like, it's just almost like a spy thriller with just Wolverine just happens to be the main guy.
Yes. And I'll say this now because, like, this movie feels like how a comic book movie should feel, in a sense of like it takes a character we all like and it goes on his own mission. That's it, and it's like, oh, great! We never see this really. I mean, I guess now we do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It just this movie. I remember this movie being forgettable and meh, and it kind of is.
Yes,
but getting up to the point where it falls apart, it's like, oh, this is actually a pretty solid movie.
Yeah. And I think what Logan did was take the good parts of this and just like give a good ending. Like, okay, good character development, good character and why he's doing the thing. let's just end it on a good note, make the movie good. I'm like, yeah.
I'm wondering if this was intended to be like it, you know what I mean, for the last of these movies.
Oh.
And they were just going to go to the First Class stuff.
We said First Class came before this, right?
Yeah.
But, yeah, I guess.
But then they decided we're going to do Days of Future Past and tie it all together.
Yeah.
Because I know the end credit scene was added afterwards.
Yes. And it does tie into Future Past a little bit.
Yes. Well, the end credit scene does anyway.
Yeah.
The rest of this movie has no bearing on it. It's literally a standalone, no connection to anything except for Wolverine's,
Past. Which they could have got rid of that. We're reviewing the movie. They could have got rid of that section, like those clips, and I'm like, would not affect this movie at all.
But then we wouldn't have Jean in the movie in her underwear.
Like, what's that? Like, what's the point of her in the movie? Like, I forgot she was in the movie until I saw, like, oh yeah, this is happening for some reason.
She's in the movie to make us feel like see that Wolverine's going insane because he's hallucinating this dead woman.
Does that really, like...
Not only is he hallucinating this dead woman, but this dead woman is being mean to him the entire time.
Yeah.
She keeps telling him to die and come to me. I'm alone. You killed me.
Bizarre they went that route with it. Like, bizarre.
Meanwhile, he's having these, and then he has a love affair with...
Yeah, I don't want to... Yeah, it's kind of weird.
With the granddaughter of the main guy.
Yeah, there's okay, main bad guy, old guy who's his dad, and then daughter of the main bad guy. Or he's not the main bad guy, but whatever. And yeah, I don't know their names because they're just foreign names. I'm not gonna ever remember.
Yeah, no, I don't remember.
So it's like guy, dad, and then his.
I think the main girl's name's Mariko.
I think so, but like it's just again, I'll never remember saying that name. I called her granddaughter, and there was son, and there was grandfather in my notes.
Yeah, I mean, this movie is just really nothing to it.
No, like this is how I planned on doing the review. First part, we see Wolverine as a POW in World War II.
Yes.
They're Nagasaki.
Well, it opens up in Nagasaki in 1942.
Yes. And the scene's great. He's a POW. The bomb's about to hit. So one of the POW soldiers is like just freeing everyone of the prisoners. Like, hey, get out. I'm trying to be doing a good deed. That guy's going to kill himself, but Wolverine's like, I'm going to save you. Come down this hole with me. I'm going to save you from nuclear blast. And Wolverine does, and just showing off his powers. And now that's the origins of Wolverine for this movie. And that character that he saved is the main...
Well, he's technically the main antagonist, the main bad guy.
Yeah, I don't want to say that, but yeah.
We don't find out until the third act that he is.
Yes, but he's the catalyst, I would say, for this movie.
Right, because he supposedly dies right in the beginning of the movie. And then a bunch of Yakuza show up and try to kill the main daughter. And then we spend the rest of the movie just following that plot thread and realizing, hey, it's her own family that's trying to kill her.
Exactly.
And then the movie stops being a good action film and turns into a superhero movie with crazy lizard women and giant animatium robots.
Which I didn't care for the lizard lady. I didn't care for like some of the characters. I didn't get
a bit of comic stuff here.
Yeah.
That lizard lady, her name's Viper.
Yep.
In the comics, she has ties to Hydra.
Really?
Yeah, but Fox doesn't own the right to Hydra, so they couldn't touch on that.
That's upsetting.
So yeah. So she's just here because I guess they had the rights to her because she's a mutant,
obviously,
but not the rights to Hydra. Anyway, that's the one comic book thing that was really interesting. I think the rest of it was... I don't think any of these other characters are from the thing.
That's upsetting. Well, this is based off a story arc, isn't it?
Yeah, no, you're right. They are.
As we said, this is based off of something.
They are. This is based off of a Wolverine solo series run that I didn't bother to read because it's like 123 issues.
Oh, yeah. Jesus. That's a lot.
So I would have read the whole series and I didn't have time. So, because it doesn't tell me this is from this arc of this. So I'm thinking they just took from the entire story run of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyway, but yeah.
No, like you just threw out the whole movie. So that's the movie.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a big fight at the end.
Wolverine, the bad guy is trying to take Wolverine's healing abilities because he wants to live forever, essentially.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is Wolverine struggling with his immortality and stuff. And he's got and there's another Japanese girl sidekick that they threw in there too. So, yeah, that's it. That's the movie.
That's the movie. Yeah.
That's the review of the movie. It's fine. The movie's fine. It's better than I remember it being.
Yeah, the acting style, the character developments. that we do get in the movie is like solid. There is a lot of fight scenes in it that kind of blow the movie up. It's like you don't need them for that because there's a long like 10-minute fight sequence in this. Like I don't care about this chase sequence. My critiques on this movie visually, it felt like they did film this in Japan and Tokyo and all that.
They did,
but some of it didn't feel like it felt like there was like bad green screen a lot of the time. It just felt like small sets. And that was just me nitpicking.
I thought it was more along the line that they were showing the Japanese stuff. Like they got on a bullet train. And,
yeah.
You know what I mean? It felt like, hey, we're in Japan. Look at this.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like to me.
I get that. But yeah, besides that, it was a solid movie.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a spectacular movie by any means.
No, it's not thought provoking. It's just an entertaining ride.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all we got for this one.
Yeah, because there's like not much to say about this. Which is, I guess, not a good thing.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, and credits. Yeah, I want to say that. Credits.
Oh yeah. Well,
after Wolverine saves the day, they go on a flight home.
Well, no, wait, hold on. The movie really ends, but Wolverine getting on after he saves the day, saves the girl, and the girl inherits the father's company and stuff.
Yeah,
she's on the plane, and the Japanese sidekick girl gets on the plane with him, and she's like, "I'm going with you."
I'm gonna be your
and
sidekick.
We never see her again.
I was so upset with that. Like, I would love to have seen her in the sequels, and like,
she never shows up again.
So I was like, does she die or?
I don't know. They don't ever explain it as far as I know.
Does she just leave her? Like, it's upsetting.
I don't know, because we cut the 3 years later end.
Which, yeah, you think she'd be there with him or something. God, that's upsetting. But yeah, 3 years later, Wolverine's at the airport security guard by the past the metal detector. But who shows up? It's Professor X and Magneto. And they need him. Because the world's coming to an end. Or humanity's coming to an end because reasons.
Dun, dun, dun. How are you alive, Professor X? Last time we saw you, you were turned to dust.
As he says, and I quote, when I first met you, I told you you're not the only one with powers or special abilities.
Yeah, but
you can't yada yada over that, Miss President.
Yeah, but like at the end of the last stand, he like was in someone else's consciousness. Yes. That's fine. How are you still in Patrick Stewart's body?
So maybe with his mind
powers...
It
was turned to dust.
Maybe with his mind powers, he transformed himself to look like the guy. But then why be crippled, right? Like, so why all of this?
Right. Like, then, or maybe he's altering everyone's mind to make them think, oh, that's messed up too, though.
Yeah, so no matter what, it's like, why are you doing this, Professor X?
How are you still alive, Professor X? You're just here because they wanted you in the next movie. That's all.
Which I'm fine with. I
know. It's perfectly. I was easily excuse it because he's awesome as Professor X.
Exactly. Oh, they're teasing Trask Industries, and I guess that's the people that make the...
Sentinels?
Yes. So that's the next...
I don't remember. I know Trask... Wasn't Trask the big company in one... Maybe that's the next one that's coming up. The next First Class movie.
Pretty sure it's Future Past. Or maybe...
Was
that the Future Past? It's one of them. I think it's Future Past. It's the one I've seen.
Yeah. That doesn't matter.
I didn't see Phoenix or anything else. So it's that one, I think. But yeah, that's the Wolverine.
Yeah, I mean...
I didn't hate it. It was better.
I didn't hate it either.
Yeah, it was better than I remember. It was better improvement to the series.
Yeah.
It's the right step.
I mean, it's just... it's just struggling to come up with something to talk about with the movie, honestly.
Because just the middle part was just him and the girl.
Yeah, it's just a romance mountain in the middle there. Them getting closer and stuff.
The action's good. It's a pretty movie. I guess to give it ratings. I will give this I'll give it a 5 out of 10, honestly.
That's where I was. When I was done watching it, I was at like a 6.
Okay.
But now I'm thinking about it, and it's like there's really nothing to talk about. Yeah. So it's like a 5.
That's funny. When I was done, I was at a 4. Like, it's not a bad movie. There's nothing like terrible about this.
No, but like it was a good movie up until that third act.
Yeah,
and then it's like
typical action.
But then after seeing Professor X at the end, it's like, yeah, this is a good movie. I mean, we know where it's going and stuff like that. So
I think to make that Professor X thing better, they should have gotten rid of the Jean Grey clips. So you just think it's truly a solo.
Yeah, but then if it's supposed to lead into the next movie and tie everything together, you kind of need that connection there.
Yeah, but they don't add anything to the story, right? I mean,
it does though. It does add to the story to add to the fact why Wolverine is isolating himself because he killed her in the last movie, and now he feels can't be along with anybody else or anything like that.
I guess if it has to connect, but he's always been the guy to like by himself. He doesn't ever.
Yeah, I know, but there's always a reason why he's driven to that point. Fair. If it makes any sense. So it's like he doesn't just run away because everything's all fun and good, and I just feel like being alone.
Yeah.
So I'll give you from an overall story perspective, the Jean Grey doesn't matter. It doesn't. You can cut them out, and it won't affect the plot. But from a character perspective, it matters.
Well, I
Does that
think my
make
issue
sense?
was we had it 3 times in the movie randomly. I think if we had like a good 2-minute sequence at the beginning with it and then cut to that,
Yeah,
and
maybe.
that's the only time we see her, I've been fine with that. Which is
Maybe cut. Yeah, you don't need it throughout the entire
No,
movie.
that's just
You're
pointless.
kind of spelling it out for us. You either have it in the beginning or at the end. You use the first or the last one to do it.
That's it. Yeah. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll see you guys next time, you dumb egg-sucking bitches.
You can stop now.